Okay, Nana, you're on.
Should I start that over again?
No, just tell them why don't you start where we left out, that you were living on Chambers Street and how long you've been living there. Why don't you start there?
After we got married, we lived on Chambers Street for 10 years. We knew some people. After the war, you just couldn't find a place to live. So we had some friends that lived there and they were moving to Aurora, so we got the house. We paid $20 a month for it, which was really good. In 10 years, it had gone up to $42. Both Rhonda and Randy were born there. And Rhonda would go and sit out on the berm of the street. You'd never let a kid do that now or they'd steal them. She'd sit there by the hour and watch the neighbors across the street or watch all the cars go by. She was just so happy. You'd always find her sitting there on the curb.
Did she go to school while she was there?
She went to kindergarten and, well, I guess maybe first grade. Yeah, she went to Shabana School. That was on the south side, yeah.
Okay. Anything you remember about her going to kindergarten? About her and Randy?
Well, just what I told you, how Randy ran away one day and he went to the door standing waiting for her to come out of kindergarten. I had never been to the door. I never knew how he knew where the door was. But that kid, he was a smart kid. For 2.5, you'd think he was 5 years old with his brain.
Tell us how you knew about that.
Well, somebody said, well, I saw him going down the street towards the school. So I went down there, and as I got to the highway, the kindergarten kids were getting out of school. And here comes Rhonda with Randy in her hands, leading them.
My God, did that scare you?
It scared me. Oh, he could have got killed trying to get her. I said, Randy, how did you get across that highway with all those cars? I just run real fast.
My goodness. After you, where did you go to live after living on Chambers Street?
Well, Bob was north of town. We, in a new subdivision, it was called Circle Drive. Bob saw him putting the road in, and he wanted to make sure we would buy a lot there because it was so pretty. It was all wooded. And he picked out the first one when they were putting the road in at the highest point of the whole circle because he didn't want any water running on us. He came home and told me and took me up there after we'd had supper, and we picked out that lot. And he went and made arrangements and bought it, I think, for $240 for the lot.
Is that where you build your house?
That's where we built our Circle Drive house.
What was the address?
2425 Circle Drive.
Tell us about how you went about building it. Well,
we didn't have enough money really to start it, so Mom lent us $10,000. And we were to pay her back at the end of each year. So at the end of each year, we'd give her $1,000, right on the day. She said we were the only ones she'd loan any money to because nobody else ever paid her back that borrowed money from her.
Tell us about the house.
It was a long ranch house. In the front, there was a big window and a side window to the east, and to the big window was to the south. And there was a fireplace built as it stuck out in the room. when you come in the front door, you saw all the stone in the fireplace. They called it a corner fireplace. And first we used wood in that fireplace, but when we'd pull the screen back and open it up to move the wood or do something with it, sparks would fly out, and we were afraid it would catch fire on the orange carpet. So Bob took out the wood burning part and put in gas. That way we knew no sparks would be flying out. So we enjoyed that an awful lot.
How was your basement fixed up?
Oh, we had a big room down there. It was our second living room. We took our old furniture down there, and we had a fireplace down there, and Bob had one of his mom's comfortable chairs. And if I wanted to watch some TV upstairs, certain shows, he'd go down there. He spent a lot of time down there watching football games, basketball games, and different shows that he liked. So that worked out good. A lot of times I'd go down and join him if there was something I thought I'd like to watch with him.
What were some of the pets that you had when you lived there?
Oh, we had Mickey. She was white and gray spotted. We had her on Chambers Street and took her to Circle Drive. And when we were building the house at Circle Drive, we had the studs up and the bathtub, and she didn't like all the pounding we were doing, so in the daytime she'd hide under the bathtub. I'd say, "Mickey, we're going home now, you want to come with us?" Out she'd come. She wanted to go home. She knew what I was talking about.
What were some of the other pets?
And then we had her for about 10 years. Yeah, at least 10 years. I was at work one day, and Bob called me at work, and he says, "I got bad news." I said, "What?" He says, "I found Mickey laying dead under one of the bushes under Rhonda's window today, all sprawled out dead." Oh, it upset me so bad. When I came home that night, I didn't tell Bob what I found, but out in the backyard by the garbage cans, here was a box of some kind of rat poison, and I think she ate some of that killed her.
Why in the world?
I didn't tell Bob, because he would have really went over and yelled at the neighbors, and I knew that wouldn't do any good.
Oh my goodness.
Because she was already gone.
Who were some of your neighbors when you lived on Circle Drive?
Webbers lived back there then. And let's see. There was a younger couple after that. I can't remember their names. And then to the east of us was Budak. Jim Budak. And they got a divorce, and then he married again, and boy, he really got a humdinger. She gave us a lot of problems. She was going to come over, and she had a gun. She was going to shoot us. It really scared us. So that's...
What in the world brought that on? Why in the world did she get so upset with you?
I don't know what she was She'd get upset about anything. We hadn't done anything to her. So what made us decide to move from Circle Drive was on account of her, and the yard got too much. When Bob cut the backyard, we had a big one, and we always had to pick up sticks, acorns, and leaves before he could cut the grass. So I had to do that until my knees got so bad I couldn't walk. And he says, "Al, we gotta leave this place. We gotta go someplace else where you don't have to do all that bending over." So we took a ride one day, up through Marseilles. We were looking at different houses that were for sale. We took a road we'd never been on. It was called Crooked Creek. We went there and we saw this long lane, and there was a for sale sign at the end of the lane. So we took that road back to this big house, and boy, we liked it. There was 5 acres. The backyard was just a great, huge yard. And down at the end was a timber, and a lot of nights we'd see 15 deer come out of the timber and stand there and chew on the leaves and stuff. And alongside of that west yard was a cornfield some days, sometimes a bean field, and you'd look straight west and Route 51 was over there, and you could see all the trucks and cars going all day long. So that was fun. And we weren't bothered with a lot of traffic when we were back like that.
Tell us about the inside of that house, how it was decorated.
Oh, let's see. When you come in the front door, to the left was a living room with a lot of windows in it that looked down towards the end of the road. And across there, then there was a hall outside of there, and the other side of the hall was the dining room. We had a dining room table and 6 chairs and a big buffet, so we had company there quite a bit. And I had my club friends there, because we had plenty of room to sit them around the table. And then it went into a kitchen and a dinette that was hooked together with a bar in between. We had high bar stools that we sat there and ate like breakfast or lunch. The refrigerator was close. And on the other side we bought a big wooden table. It you could sit 6 or 8 people, and we had 6 chairs, and there was windows all around that side that you could look out and see the highway way across the way. And then we had 3 bedrooms. One was real big, and 2 bathrooms. There was a bathroom with a toilet down by the kitchen, and in between the bedrooms there was another big one, and it had 2 huge mirrors, one on each wall, and long dressers underneath with all kinds of drawers and doors. So that was real nice.
Did you participate in any programs where people came to visit your house?
Oh, I guess, yeah, there was an open house. They were finding people. They charged $15 a ticket, and they'd picked out 15 houses that people could go through, and they chose our house as one that they thought people would like to see. And a lot of them said that was the only reason they bought the ticket. They wanted to see that house.
And you did all the decorating yourself?
Oh, yeah. I made all the curtains and drapes. Yep.
Well, tell us about some of your vacations when you were there, lived there. You go on vacation, where did you go?
Well, we went clear out to Seattle, Washington to see Margaret. We stayed with her out there for maybe a week or 2. And then we traveled around there. She showed us different interesting places, and down into California, Seattle. Oh, and when we were out that way, another year we took a trip to Alaska, a boat trip, and saw all the glaciers. And everybody said, oh, you'll see a lot of white bears. We went the full length of the thing and we never saw a bear. That was a little disappointing, but that was a beautiful trip.
Did you ever go to Europe?
Oh, I went to Europe with my first cousins on the Stanglin side. That was my mother's side. And I think there was about 30 of us. We went to my Grandpa Stanglin's home place. He was way up on a hill, and you look down, and you look way, way down, and here was the fjords. Boats would be going along those fjords. That was a beautiful place. And we saw the bed my grandpa slept in all of his life. It was still there. And they always had the windows decorated so pretty with real cute little sheer curtains, and always had a live flower pot with live flowers sitting in the windows. Made it feel real homey.
Was the language a problem? Did everyone speak English, or did someone in the group speak Norwegian?
Most of us that didn't speak Norwegian, but the first day we were there, they had a big long table, picnic table, set up outside so all of us could fit around. It was May 17th, and it was called 17. Maya. It was 17. Maya Day. I said, I've never tasted that. Boy, did they laugh. A special like a 4th of July, and you know, I was thinking it was the food.
Oh my goodness. Well, tell us about, let's see, we'll come back to the house there. We used to play games with you a lot there. What were some of those cards and domino games that you liked to play?
When we were out at Margaret's by Seattle, she played Skippo and dominoes. And dominoes was something new. She called it I forget the name of that.
Oh, think about chickens?
Chicken leg.
No, something else. Chicken... Chicken foot?
Chicken foot. That was it. Oh, you keep adding on to the dominoes from just a regular domino. If you could add on, then you just keep going and going, and that was called chicken foot. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, how long did you live at over on the, what was it? What's the address again?
Crooked Creek.
Yeah.
We lived there 10 years until I got sick and Bob got sick.
Okay.
We really enjoyed that place. Back this long lane, and the house was real pretty inside. But
well, let's see. You know what? We didn't mention all of the pets. What about the dogs?
We had Buffy. She was the oldest one. Uh-huh. And then she had three puppies, Tiger and I don't know, 2 more. We sold them. We kept Tiger.
Okay.
And
I think they're going to want to use the room. We're going to...
And we can give you another space.
Okay.
I'll open an office for you.
Okay.
Okay?
Thank you.
We have a staff meeting. So
okay.